Miss Michaela, you told me that you had a really fun time at camp. You forgot your homework, so we don't have your sheet. And Miss Callie did not. I usually make a copy of it, and I did not this time. But that's okay. We can wing it, and we will still have a new one for this week. And I'm gonna need to. Yeah. Okay. So tell me about camp. You said you had a really fun time at camp. What happened?
We got to make a lot of things.
What kind of camp was it?
Like a creative camp, kinda.
Creative camp.
Yeah.
What were you creating? Ooh, I love, I love to create things. That's my jam. So what did you make?
We made a space backpack where we got to make straps and got to pick a box for our backpack outside, and then we got to put things in it like space people do.
Like space people do? What are you talking about?
Like the astronauts do.
Wow. So you were on like a mission to Mars kind of thing. Like you were, okay. So you were pretending to be, was this a science camp?
Kind of.
Okay. And so you got to create things and you got to use it for science.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very cool. How many days was your camp?
5.
And where did you go?
My school.
Okay. Did you have any friends there? Did you know anybody else at the camp?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I had 2 friends there.
Who?
Daisy and Ava.
Daisy and Ava. Perfect. Okay. So, you mentioned that you forgot your homework. And so, I don't remember all of the words that we had assigned. You told me some of them had check marks. You know what I might have you do is when you get home, snap a picture of it and send it to me, okay? So that I can see, because what's really important, and that happens even when we're at school, we forget our homework sometimes, don't we? And so if that happens, we just punt. We don't throw the whole day away. We just kind of make it up. So what was different this week was that you were marking and checking to kind of develop your ear to be able to tell when you were doing it right and when you were doing it wrong. Okay, so that's why I want you to send it back to me so that I can see how that ear is working. I'll get an idea today, but I still would like you to send that homework back to me. Will you do that? Okay. And you can do that from here. You're headed to a birthday party, right?
A pool party.
A pool party. Is it a birthday party or just a pool party?
Just a pool party.
Cool. Let's practice party. Party is a good word that is still kind of a hard one for you. It still has a little bit of a, you can pull that over here a little bit closer if you want. Let's see. Which was your favorite word?
Oregon Ducks, because it was the easiest one, and I got only check marks on it.
Did Dad give you some? Did he give you some hard time about doing Oregon Ducks? He did. I thought he might. And what other ones?
Cereal.
Ooh, that does sound good. You're right. What else?
Hair dryer.
Nice.
Grocery store.
Okay.
Fireman.
Okay. Fireman or firemen? How do you like to say it?
Fireman.
Fireman. What's the difference between fireman and firemen? how many there are, right? If it's a fireman, it's just one person. And if it's a fireman, it's a whole bunch of them on the fire truck, like 3 of them, right? Or 4 of them on a fire truck. Yeah, I heard lots and lots of. So should we write firemen or fireman?
Fireman.
Man? Okay. All right. Any others?
Gory zombies.
Woo! That one sounds really good. Now, I have a question too that I just remembered because I remembered something unique about the way after we were off camera, we decided because you were playing around and you were doing some handstands, right? And you were learning how to walk on your hands. Mm-hmm. And so, what did I ask you to do to make your homework a little bit different, a little more fun this week? What were you going to do?
When I'm doing my gymnastics to practice my speech when I'm upside down.
How'd that work out?
Good.
Did it seem like it was easier? Okay, now I want to tell you the silly reason that we did that. Okay? The reason we did that was because we're trying to learn a new motor pattern. Do you know what that means? When your muscles move, they move in kind of a, they move in a certain way every single time. Okay, so you're they activate. It's like, you think it, and then it sends the signal to your arms or your balance in your case, right? So it tells your arms, okay, you need to do this. You need to be strong in these muscles and you need to get your balance, okay? And so then you do it and you go, oh, that wasn't very good. And you do it again. Oh, that wasn't very good. And you do it again. Now, if you keep doing it not very good, then that's the sequence that your brain's going to go, fire these muscles, this muscle, and it doesn't work, right? But when you do it, you're like, your brain says, nope, that wasn't quite, and so it adjusts, right? But if you do something all the time, like when you're walking, do you think about, oh, I didn't do that right? No, because it's so simple. You've been walking since you were like a year old, right? And so you don't think about it, right? Kind of like your R's, your speech. So you've got this automatic pattern that you always do when you walk and you don't think about it. You have that same automatic pattern when you talk and you don't think about it. But when you're learning something new, like walking on your hands upside down, you have to think about it. And so when you're doing something like that, it's breaking that motor pattern and setting a new one. And so that's why I said, hey, while you're upside down, because it's a new motor pattern, let's tag another new motor pattern on it. Okay? So that's what works for you. For other kids, they could do it maybe when they're drawing. Maybe they're learning how to draw, or maybe they're learning how to play soccer or something like that, or maybe even play an instrument, okay, or sing or something like that. But we all are learning something new, right? And so if we tag it on it, and if it's physical, if it's a motor thing, then it's a way that we can teach those muscles, because we're dealing with muscles here, right? And we want to make those muscles work. So that's why it works. That's why I had you do it upside down. And was it a little less boring? Yeah. So did you practice more, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so then it worked, because that was the other reason. I wanted it to be fun, because what happens if you only practice when you sit down with your paper, then you're going to have a really hard time carrying that over to the whole rest of the time when you're not carrying the paper, right? And so we wanted to just integrate it into other things that you do throughout your day, and the things that are fun and that are interesting and that you do practice and work hard on, which for you, gymnastics, huh? Yeah, you like to be upside down and doing crazy things. Okay, what other words did you try when you were upside down? What's the hardest word for you?
Marker.
Marker. Okay.
I tried brave.
Brave? That sounds really good. You tried it or you succeeded with it?
I succeeded with it.
You did succeed with it. I'm going to put brave over here. Now, brave is a different kind of R. because the R is with a consonant instead of with a vowel. So that is an easier one for you. And I like that you are not afraid to try new words that have R's in them. Okay, I really want you to do that. I want you to find new words all the time that have the R. And when you get them and when they sound really good, I want to hear that. I want to hear that tape going through your brain of, I did that really good. That one sounded really good because you heard it, right? And you're like, okay, I can do this word. I hadn't practiced it before. Miss Callie did not ask me. It wasn't on my list, and I came up with it on my own, and I nailed it, right? That was another thing that we did last week, right? Did that make a difference when you decided that you, what was it? You nailed it or you?
Failed it.
Did you fail it or miss it?
Miss it.
Miss it. I think we said miss it because, I mean, failing is not a bad thing, but in our society, it kind of has a bad connotation. So we feel bad when we fail, when actually really failing just means, oh, I need to just try it again, right? I need to tweak it and do it again. But we used, because we were using your cheer terms. So we were saying we nailed it and we missed it because we were talking about landings, right? Okay. So, give me 3 more words that are still hard for you. You've tried them and you feel like, I just cannot do them. Gear. What was that?
Gear.
I don't think you failed that. I think that was a hit. I put it on the good list. What's one that's still hard for you? You try it and you're just like, oh. Kind of like walking on your hands. It's like you can get it, but not all the time.
Yarn.
I'm going to make a new list down here. That one's pretty good. Yarn. Try it again.
Yarn.
Yeah, that one sounds pretty decent. Okay. That one's kind of in the middle. Remember, we had that too. We had hit, miss, and sometimes not. Okay. Let me hear the word hard.
Hard.
Let's put that one on the hard list. Can we put hard on the hard list? Yeah. All right. How about garbage?
Garbage.
That one's sounding a little bit better, isn't it? Okay. How about germs?
Germs. Germs.
There it is. There it is. What's the difference?
I smile.
Germs versus germs.
I smile.
Yeah. Yeah. Say it again. Just say germs with your lips forward.
Germs.
Okay. Do you feel that? Okay. Now I want you to give a big smile. Germs.
Germs.
Can you feel your tongue? Isn't that weird how your lips kind of, it's like your lips lead your tongue. Even though they're not, the teeth are in between, right? They don't touch at all. But it helps if you say germs. What happens is your lips want to go forward because of the M and the S. They know that that's up front. But you want to get your G and your in there first, okay? So germs.
Germs.
Yeah, when you do that, that's perfect. That was perfect. That was really, really good. Okay. How about turkey?
Turkey.
Yeah. If you get that tongue back, it's right. Or I mean, if you get those lips back, it's just right there. All right, let's run through. Oh my goodness, was that my tummy that just growled? How about guard?
Gold.
Okay, that one's gonna go up here. That one's kind of hard. And dark.
Dark.
Ooh, that one sounded pretty good. Do it again.
Dark.
Dark. Not bad. Card.
Card.
And yard.
Yard.
Ooh. Some of these were really, really hard for you last week, and you are really nailing them today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. How about about more s'mores?
More s'mores.
Ooh, I like it. More s'mores, please.
More s'mores, please.
I think we might, we might have that sentence in our future this weekend. We may say that. How about? Do you need to go to the grocery store?
Grocery store.
Yeah! Wow, that one's already up here on that favorite list, huh? Look at that. These were all words that you could not say 3 weeks ago. Right? And look, I'm having a hard time coming up with hard words. There's only 4 on there, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the favorite super easy, and we could put a whole lot more on there, right? The ones from last week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the sometimes we nail it, and sometimes we need to just tighten it up a little bit. So those are going to be the ones we work on this week, right? Okay, and what we're going to do this week is we are going to, I'm going to keep you for 5 more minutes, okay? Okay, so we are going to, how often are you doing your blade clicks?
Every time I practice, and sometimes when I'm doing my handstands.
You're doing handstands and blade clicks? Wow, you are so talented. That's just amazing. How about the K and G words, the magic words? Not your practice words, but your K and G words.
3 times every time I practice.
Okay. Do you notice a difference when you do it, like on whether or not you're able to really nail it? Okay. So it's still beneficial. Okay. So we're going to keep, and then what about the molar pushes? How often are you doing those?
Sometimes when I'm in my handstands and every time I practice.
Okay. So we're going to keep the molar pushes. We're going to keep the blade clicks. And we're going to keep the magic words. Okay. So I think the way you did your homework this week, I want you to continue to do this coming week, okay? We have 2 more weeks. 2 weeks that I want this list over here, this hard list, to be on the favorite and easy list, okay? Can you do it? Yeah, look how small it's getting. Okay, I know that there's a couple other words like world, right? Try it.
World.
It's getting there. How about girl?
Go.
Okay, that one still sounds like gull. I want you to try, and when we're off camera, when we're out on the hardwood floor, there's not enough space in here. But we're going to try a little bit of word shaping with world and girl when you're upside down. Okay? Because especially girl, how often do you say girl in a day? I mean, you are a girl and your friends are all girls. And I mean, it's just a really common word in your world, right? World and girl. So 2 of those words. And I know you have a lot of anxiety and frustration with those words. So we're going to try and break that pattern. We're going to do them upside down. Okay? And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to take the words that were on the list last week, because you still have your paper at home. And you might remember this from last time when we were doing the tongue thrust and we started to generalize that, right? We started to practice eating in different situations. So we're going to practice these words in different situations. We're going to take them, and I want you to make sentences, okay? And I want you to make a sentence for each word. And so instead of practicing it as a word this week, the things that are on the favorite and easy list, okay? If it's all check marks or all pluses on the one that you send me, okay? If it's all of those, I want you to put it in a sentence when you practice it, okay? So make the craziest, silliest sentences, and it's even better if you can put like 3 of the same words. Like maybe we would say, the brave firemen were... The brave firemen were saving us from the gory zombies. Okay? You see what I'm saying? So we call them silly sentences because they're just crazy and silly and fun. We don't want them to be all proper and normal. That's just too boring. Okay? So take your words and write silly sentences. And so you'll probably end up with, like maybe 10 sentences. Okay. And that's how I want you to practice. So we're going to practice sentences with your successful words. All right? All right. We're done. That's where we're going to keep it today. You good with that? Okay.